We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquigums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, more Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era demo version continues now. We took a peek at the magic, and what I assume, can be completely wrong here, it might just be like any of the other HOMMs where we get random spells whenever we upgrade our mage guild, and that just happens. I don't know why there's click to unlock. I don't fully understand that. Hopefully we figure that out as we go. And they have a very cool stylized version of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 with a bunch of different constellations, which is an interesting way to present it, but it's cool. I approve. I like it. And I could go through and look at all these spells and drool over them, but for now, I mean, some should be noticeable. I said that as I was hovering over Armageddon. That's definitely one that's a little recognizable. Judgment I don't recognize, but I would assume somewhere we would get Resurrection, which might be like a tier 3 spell. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to dig too deep into the spells now. Hopefully that's something that we can see later on. And we got to see what the law points that we've been gathering are all about. And we're able to decree laws across our entire faction or army. And I think that's a cool way to add some depth to the game. That's very neat. Very cool. All right, that all being said, I believe we're going to come back to our little towny town here. And I maybe need to... I maybe need to do something. Unlocks 4 tier 2 spells in the Magic Observatory. Heroes learn all unlocked spells from tier 1 to 5 when they visit the city, assuming they have the spell capability to learn it. I want to get the treasury relatively quick. So what I think I'm going to do, and this was not part of the initial plan that I had, I think I'm going to bring the girl, Lil Miss Leah, back and have her just kind of hang out in the town. We're going to have to backtrack this way anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. But I want to clear this out if I can. I don't know that we can clear out the Dragon Utopia, though. I mean, we could try, but there's a very real possibility we're going to get our booties whooped. I don't feel like we are even sort of in a position to do that. So we may have to come back to that later down the road. But there's a whole bunch of gold and stuff over here. And this looks like maybe a battle that we might actually get to fight. Nope. We are too strong. We do have a large amount of forces over what they have. So that's fair. I accept this and I move on. Alright, I'm going to gather up this. We're level 5. Now, in general, I don't know that I should roll the dice about hitting level 6 and that being the max level for this, like, campaign part. Alright, well, we're getting the Popper's Glory, I suppose. I'm going to go with the gold this time around. No, we have enough to... Yeah, I'm going to go with the gold. I told you there are rare occurrences where I will want to go the gold route. This is one of those. What is... Oh, I'm out of movement? Is that what my problem is? Yeah, I'm out of movement. Alright, that's fine. Well, she could just... I mean, that's fine. I'm going to probably just move her over here to gather... Not gather, but to touch that building. And get the stables on our side. And now we should have enough whatever here to go the... We'd have to get the walls. So do I go resource depot first? So the walls are also 5,000. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with the walls. I want the treasury quicker. All right, let's take a... Oh, we get to pick an upgrade. So the walls aren't just your generic throw the walls in front and they're weak and then they get a little stronger and they get a little stronger. Sometimes adding towers and things. There's actually upgrades to this. I approve of this as well. Provides walls during sieges, allows the owner to pick one level 1 defensive upgrade. Additional passages appear in the city walls. I don't know that I like that. Traps appear on the battlefield. They deal damage and stop enemy creatures that step on them. When the city is attacked, a stack of tier 1 creatures joins the defender's side. That would be a stack of our swordsmen. I don't think I care about the passages for the city wall. Though that does give us more than the bottleneck of the gate. It's an interesting thought. I don't know how it would work out exactly. I don't imagine I'll find out this time around anyway. So I don't think any of these really particularly matter. But who knows? Maybe I do get attacked. I think I'm just going to go with the battlefield traps. Defensive walls are a vital part of your city's infrastructure. They bolster your defenses by adding battlefield elements such as walls, towers, and other fortifications during sieges. Upgrading the walls not only strengthens your city's defense capabilities, but also increases weekly creature growth. Good. I'm glad to see that is part of it. Did it show that in the tooltip, I wonder? Maybe. Well, I'm going to go take a look at it after we finish reading this. Each time you construct or upgrade walls, you'll be prompted to choose one of 3 unique improvements. Your selection determines which additional defenses will appear in battle, or what new properties will be granted to existing fortifications. Each choice has their own advantages, so pick what meets your needs the most. Now, it is possible that having the extra passages in the walls will allow us to have towers on the walls or something, so maybe you still have to do one of the ones that you might not think is as powerful. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I like where their head is with this. That's a cool idea. Does it say that it increases creature growth? It does. Plus 50% units. So that's an incredible increase. Usually, isn't it less? Maybe it is always a 50%. So maybe this is 25%, then this is the 50%, and then this is the 100%. Oh, and then we can see here. Towers will automatically attack all enemies in a 2-hex radius. Upgrade the towers, they deal 150% damage. Adds 2 towers to the battlements, okay. Or durability to all defensive structures. Adds 1 more Grand Tower to the battlements that shoots at attackers during sieges, and spikes by the walls. Allows owner to pick one of 3 defensive upgrades. Let's see. Upgrades the main tower. It deals damage to all enemies adjacent to the target. Upgrades the main tower. It can now shoot twice per round. Probably the one I would maybe go with. Upgrades the main tower. It now deals 300% damage. Ooh. Those are all pretty good. So, just see, this is some really, really, really smart stuff that adds on to, like, the existing stuff that is HOMM, but it's more. It's like, okay, well, you have walls, but what if we had ways to tweak those walls and make them better in some way or another? See, stuff like this. I love stuff like this. This is the kind of stuff that I love. I'm a little worried about how balancing works around it, but we'll see. I'm sure they have accounted for that. But I really like where their head is at on just so many things that they've done so far. They have done some incredible stuff, and in reality, I don't really think I have any like major issues or problems with anything. Like, I had concerns about the weight. We've already been over that. But other than that, it's really like, maybe word this a little bit better. Maybe, you know, like some of the UI elements are maybe slightly off-centered or whatever the case is. There really hasn't been any like, oh my god, this is terrible. They need to fix this. Oh my gosh, destroy the game. It's horrible. So, I don't know. I feel like there's something blocking my path here. Is it literally I have to destroy that to get the gold? It might be. I really feel like it's a horrible mistake to do this. I really think it's a bad idea. I don't know how many are going to be in there. Sometimes it's just one or two of each. Sometimes it's way more. I don't want it. I'm so scared. All right. I know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do. I don't actually know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm going to do. I am going to get the treasury and spend all of our money, and it's not really going to matter. Okay, so I was going to buy a whole bunch of forces and do... I'm not going to do that. I liked where the treasury popped up on the top of the bank, I'm going to assume. That was pretty cool. Alright, I guess we're going to come back to that again at another point. Oh, we could go gather forces over there, too. I did kind of forget about that. Alright, we're going to make our move that way. We are almost assuredly going to stop off at the stables, but I may actually make the extra stop over here first. And we'll see how that plays. Meanwhile, we'll send you over here. Yay! We're getting over 5,000. Nice. Alright, ending the turn. And it does actually compound week to week, so... We took one from the first week that we were able to be here, and that left him with 11. And then the next week came up, and it's now 23. So it didn't just go back to 12; it went up to 23. So it does stack up, and it does build up in case you don't get to it immediately, which is good. That's a very, very, very good thing. All right, let's head on over. Now, I know some of you guys will be like, oh, moving around is too slow and stuff in combat is too slow. If I recall correctly, I do want to bring this up. Settings. It might be while we're in combat. I saw the settings somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is. But there is a slider to adjust the combat speed and the map speed. I don't know where that is right now. I did see it at some point. So if you wanted combat or whatever to go a little bit quicker, there is a way to adjust that. I will try to figure that out for the next episode, just to show you guys. I was going to show you this episode, but I don't remember where it was. So sorry. Before we do that, let me go back here. Okay, we have the treasury, we've got this, we got that. Everything is kind of going okay. Didn't I already get this? Wait. Oh, wait, sorry. For whatever reason in my mind, green is always like you have it. But the background's blue. I mean, it's fine. I just have to get my head around that green is still grabbing. And it has the hammer and everything else. Like, they've done a good job explaining it, but at a glance, my brain just automatically is like, okay, we have the green ones. We're going for the... Wait. How do I have the Sun Chapel too? And, you know, it's fine. I was going to see if we could get this yet, or the Radiant Forge. Radiant Forge requires the level 2 Mage Guild, and just so much money. Also gems. And we are short on the gem side of things. So I think, yes, it makes sense to get the Resource Depot, which will allow us to get 2 gems per day. Again, big investment, but I think it's probably well worth it. Alright, now we're going to go and try to buy these guys up. Yeah. Alright, cool. And we're going to go hang out over here. I'll buy the whatever, that's fine. And we're just going to hang out, I think. Yeah, we'll end our turn. I know we have some movement left. And they're kind of like, you got movement left. What are you doing? You shouldn't end your turn, you fool. What did I click on? Huh? Didn't I click on the giant building that we... we're going to go with the money. Was there a chest right here that I somehow clicked on? That I didn't see? There must have been. My apologies. Alright, sweet. So we did that. We got 5,000s. Monies. I'm actually going to hang out at this. That's going to be where we end the week. she is going to gather the rest of these forces. I think I will transfer what we have to Heem. And then we'll head over here to get the rest of the forces. I think this is all going to work out. We'll see. Oh, alright. I do want to still see if there's a building that makes sense to build. I would go with the Mage Guild too, but we're just short on money. But we have an overabundance of ore. Okay. So we're doing this. So 300% markup. We're losing 4 ore to get that. Okay, I think that worked out. Yeah, alright. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab the Mage Guild level 2. Construct. And we're going to end our turn, indubitably. Alright, we're going to start heading toward where we're going to start heading toward, but before that... Again, this would be another one of those things that are slightly nitpicky. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I will say that I miss seeing the dots and stuff where you usually move and you can see the little dots. This is totally fine. It doesn't really change anything. It's just one of those nostalgic things that I miss, but I do miss it. But again, does not matter in any way, shape, or form. It is not going to ruin my experience whatsoever. Alright, I can't split this 100% the way I want to. That's not true. I could definitely split this 100% the way I want to. I just have to get a little creative with it. There we go. Creativity! Okay, so you are there now. We are going to go over here. We will take a peek at what we're looking at here, and the Threshold Basilica is ours, which is great because we wanted this. Do we have specific weeks? Is that a thing? Because that'll feel a little bit unfortunate if our weeks don't have like the specific extras. It's fine not to have it for the demo, but I definitely feel like that's something that should still exist. Because I think that's been in every game since the very first one. And again, that's another one of those very HOMM things. That each week there's a chance for something to happen. Whether it's additional enemies pop up on the field, or you get improved magic damage, or improved might combat, or the unfortunate ones where half the forces show up, or 0 reinforcements show up this week, or double this and money and so on. Like, that was one of those kind of things that you always had to deal with. It wasn't necessarily always good, it wasn't necessarily always bad, but it added just a little bit of randomness, a little bit of you never know what the next week is going to bring. And I think that's maybe kind of an important thing to keep. So I'm a little disappointed that I don't see it there. Again, this is a demo, and there's still plenty of time to add other things and so on and so forth. Sorry about that. I suppose I'll throw it to you folks once again, and your thoughts on that. Is the week of the wild honey badger and the week of the angelic snowfall, like all those things, is that something you guys are going to miss for any of the veterans of the HOMM series, or is that something that you never really cared about, or was just something that always existed and it was fine? I want to know your thoughts. I feel like that's something that maybe should still exist. Because again, that's a very HOMM thing. So, yeah, hopefully, I'm fairly certain the developers will almost assuredly get to see these videos. And hopefully, utilize some of the constructive criticism that we're able to bring to the table. I don't know how many times I've been thanked for my, I don't want to say my insight, like I'm some great genie or something silly like that, but just for what I do and showing people, like, a lot of people are like, why don't you play a lot of the games before you do coverage of it? Sometimes, you know, you fumbling around or not figuring stuff out is frustrating. It's something you could have taken an hour to play and then done your videos. And again, totally valid criticism, 100%. But at the same time, I do the first look video so developers can see someone who is a veteran in the gaming realm. I've been doing this for a very long time, both on YouTube and just gaming in general. And seeing how I interact with things for the first time and so on and so forth, it helps them tremendously. With my job doing PR through the Indie Brothers, I've had the chance to live stream many games that we've worked on their Steam store pages. And as such, they get a chance to see someone, and I ask them, I'm like, should I play this ahead of time? They're like, no, you can, if you're comfortable and you think you'll be able to pick it up, feel free just to do it first time live, and then we'll kind of get to see how someone handles the game and all the information presented to them for the very first time. So yeah, there's a lot of feedback and a lot of things you can learn. Oh, I see. Hold on. How do we even get to that? There's not really a path there. I didn't notice that with my hero being here, but there's no actual path to the spot. That's fascinating. All right. Well, that's good, because I was terrified to go there anyway. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff going on. All right, we're going to go and we're going to hang out here. This is day 6. Do I... Day 7, yeah, I figured. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Wow, they don't want to fight me either. We have grown a pretty sizable army, a Griffin Rookery. I kind of want to get that under our wings as well. All right, I will do that. 8 Griffins, sure. Join the squad. I think at this point we kind of have cemented our economy to some extent. I'm going to shift. Ooh, oh, I should have definitely moved before this. I could have actually gone up and, I don't want to say sniped, but claimed the town. Well, we'll do that later. I am going slow on purpose, guys and gals. If you are wondering, I'm definitely moving at a slightly slower pace. I want to take my time. I want to enjoy what we're witnessing, what we're experiencing, and I don't want to just rush through it and be like, ah, get to the end. I did it in 8 turns. Yeah, that's not really my playstyle anyway. All right, gonna snag that. Gonna snag this. Gonna head back up into the town. I know I could have done a build, and I probably should have last time, but that's okay. What are we missing? Some random resources that we don't have, but we could definitely trade for. I'm okay with not doing that right now because of so many reasons. But mainly, I want to get the forces that we actually have here and recruit them. But before we do that, I think I'm going to do this. I'm curious as to if I have to, if I have to come into the town, and does it do it automatically here? Do I need to do something? It's this thing, unique building. Select an attribute to, oh, it is so many more things than what I was expecting. 1 of 3? Oh. But you can sit them in there for a while, too. Huh. I mean, I'm not going to move out right this second anyway, but that's okay. That wasn't exactly what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to go in and we were going to get a one-time boost of +1 to all attributes, but this is beyond that. This is kind of cool, especially when like I said, I like to do the Death Ball army. I have one big army, go around, slaughter everything, kind of like we're doing now. This allows you to have your secondary heroes get like a little bit of a power spike while still being a lower level ish, right? Because you're not going to get this building immediately, probably, and then still being able to send them out a little later at a stronger point, and then bring your main hero back, put them in there maybe once they've maxed out on their levels that they can get for whatever the campaign is, and then they can get additional stats. Again, very, very cool. I like this a lot. This is a very interesting and fun idea. We don't have that much money. Something like that. Alright, and that's fine. Our hero just disappears, though, which is a bit strange, but I suppose it makes sense. It just, like, vanishes off of the field of battle. Alright, I can't get these. I don't know why I even walked over there. I want to go over to this. Okay. I think I will end my turn. Wait, how long is this going? Training complete. Okay. So we have to remember to go back in, which is fine. Go back in and come out of the thing. Okay, that makes sense. I've got no qualms about that. You should be there. Why our order got slightly out of whack there, but that's fine. How much are walls? They're so expensive. It's expensive too, and that also gives us more money. I could do upgrades now too. We could start doing that. I mean, getting the Radiant Forge right now is a difficult. You know what? We're gonna secure our final upgrade. And beyond that, we are gonna go over here, and we are going to utilize some more of our points. I want to do this, and I'm going to. Alright, so that has pushed us down to here. Boost the morale of your heroes by 1. You can construct +1 building per day. I mean, that's kind of good, but that's a hard one to really do, because usually you're struggling a little bit to do that, especially when you get more than one city. But if you're really, really secure in your monetary situation and all the materials are coming in at a steady pace, you could get away with it. It is expensive, but I mean, that is very powerful too. I don't hate the idea of spending a point to get that. I may do that. I want to see what else we've got here. Friendly creatures deal 25% more with their counterattacks. That's interesting. Swift reflexes. Initiative of friendly increase. Oh, that's really, really strong too. Lightweaver growth increases by 2, and they deal 2 more damage. Griffins increase by 2, and their HP is increased by 5, so they can be a little bit more tanky boys. Some really good stuff. Like, some really good stuff. I really like the initiative one. The counterattack thing's kind of an interesting situation. You do oftentimes get counterattacked, so I could definitely see that. Oh, tough. I think I'm going to go with the money, though. Just times two. I just, again, really want to secure our economy. And we've spent what we could, right? And we built a building. Okay, so we can recruit a few more things. I would like to get a couple of these. And there, now we have like the full deal. Alright, I'm going to leave with you. I'm going to head you on over there to transfer the old troopitudes over to the peeps. It is time, it looks like. No, I think I can still get away with doubling them down. As I say, I think it's time that we finally consolidated, but I don't believe that's true. We'll split it right down the middle. Do 12 there. We'll do 12 there. And that is good. We will have you, sir. I think I'm going to have her follow and give him some more stuff. I'm going to gather some things along the way. I really like the fire burning the edges of like the scroll type situation. I think that looks really cool. Legion's Memorial gives gold, wood, and ore after defeating its guard. They're building these statues all over Jadame, but what if you happen to hate architecture? Let's destroy them. There are also guards inside some of the objects on the map. Be ready to fight if you want to get the reward hidden inside. I am ready to fight. We're definitely going to just take the battle. Is this what we're up against? What is that thing? Okay. Oh, they didn't even want to fight. You know what? I want to fight something. We're getting into a fight. In addition to the usual battles on the global map, you may come across special guarded objects. These battles differ from standard... Oh, right. We're going to be... kind of... The tactics phase is going to be different. That's fair. These battles differ from the standard battles due to the unique placement of both your and the enemy's troops. In these encounters, your forces may be surrounded by the enemy, or in some cases, you may have the advantage of surrounding the enemy yourself. Victory in such battles will reward you with a valuable prize that was being guarded by the enemy. In this case, we are surrounded by the enemy. Alright, I think we do that. I don't... How does... What is our initiative stuff looking like here? Initiative is 7. Initiative is 11. I think I move you here. Maybe. Okay. I'm pretty sure they go first. I don't... Where do these guys sit? Initiative 7 as well. Okay. Let's begin. We need to stop them as quickly as possible. What kind of spells do we have? We have Blessing. We have Thick Hide. And we have... Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, I can definitely take out any one of these guys. Can't quite reach that one. I think I go here. Why did you get to... Oh, because you're upgraded. That's fair. That's on me. And this is one of those reasons, by the way, that I was telling you guys, it oftentimes will make sense to upgrade specific units because they become so much stronger when you do, or faster, or whatever the case is. Like, there's a big advantage to doing that with some of the units. I find ranged units specifically tend to benefit the most, but could be wrong. I think we're gonna lose another. No, oh, okay. Okay, well, what is our defense looking like now? Oh, 13 defense. Well, that explains it. Because these guys don't have a hero. Yeah, their attack is going to be pretty dismal. Can't reach you, but I am curious to see how you stack up against our Inquisitor. Oh, you made it there? That's fair. I didn't check. Wait, he double attacked. Well, good for him. High morale, maybe? No, that's fine. He did. We were bound to lose some. So one of the things I liked with... And I suppose... Could we do that with this one? One of the things I liked with HOM 6, and I can't remember if we could do it with the other HOMs. I feel like we could on some of them, but maybe it was just HOM 6. Again, recency-ish bias. And that is, we could have units that we didn't field. So, like, we could have a full army, but we didn't necessarily have to throw everyone into the battle, which I liked. I thought that was cool. Sometimes I was able to get away with just throw a big dragon in there, and they can't kill the dragon, but they could have killed some of your baby weak guys, right? That's something that I really did enjoy. Like, there were things that, like, I know a lot of people didn't like HOM 6, and it changed a lot of stuff, and they tried a lot of things. But a lot of things that I'm going to kind of miss. it was very different, and it would be very hard to balance in a lot of games. But that's just one of those things. It's like I could field less units if I wanted to, and save some of the weaker ones. Like in that case, I wasn't even thinking to do that, so I don't know if we could or couldn't, but that would have been cool. And here, I could have also just not done the battle. They would have fled. We would have lost no one. But I wanted to fight the battle because I wanted to fight a battle this time around. Anyway, it's all good. Basic leadership could be our final pickup, maybe? When a creature waits in battle, they gain 30... I want to continue down this line, but I also kind of want to get basic leadership. I really like leadership in general. The morale boost is pretty good. Okay, so these are the things that we got. 2,500 gold, 10 wood and ore. And it's already visited. That is done and dusted. That is there. Can I just reach that? No, I definitely can't. All right. Well, I will move up a little bit anyway. All right, guys and gals, we're going to do one more turn, maybe two, and then we're going to break it off. Yeah, I'm having a really good time playing this. This is a lot of fun. I would have probably preferred to not have a demo and maybe go directly into early access. Again, this is me being greedy, and would have rather have covered it straight from there. But I also really like the idea that everybody gets a chance to at least try out HOM in a demo form. So I think that's also pretty cool. Okay, let's see. What are we going to build? What are we going to build? What are we going to build? I think it makes sense now. How much is that? It's not that expensive to start slowly upgrading this as we save a little bit of money. So we're going to start doing small upgrades. All right, so here we go. We get to learn a little bit about the base and upgraded creatures. When certain conditions are met, your creatures can be transformed into upgraded versions. Each faction has 2 distinct upgrade paths. Okay, there you go. So it's not a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. It's a tier 1, and then tier 2, you have 2 different choices, which did seem to be the case as I was looking through the buildings. Okay, offering flexibility in how you build your army. So this is akin to HOM 5, but HOM 5, I think the upgrade was at the end of the DLCs was tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3 with 2 paths, I think is how it went. I still haven't finished HOM 5's extra DLCs yet, or the 2 DLCs yet, so I don't remember 100%. It's been well over a decade since I finished that, but still, I like this. This is good. More stuff like this, and I'm always going to be happy in HOM. And in fact, I think that is the tipping point as to why I think HOM 5 is my favorite. When you finally finish all the DLCs, the state the game is in, and what they've added and what they've done, it was really, really clever and really good. I liked it a lot. All right. Upgraded creatures come with improved stats and new abilities. Each upgrade path provides a unique role or playstyle, allowing you to tailor your forces to suit your strategy. I always approve of additional choices. Definitely. Upgrades are performed in cities. To do this, either use the upgrade creatures button or double click the specific stack to open its details window, and then press the upgrade button there. Important, you can only upgrade creatures in a city that has a corresponding dwelling that is upgraded. Yep. Beyond the standard upgrade system, there may be alternative upgrade methods, such as, there's a map, the Hill Fort is what it used to be called. I don't know what it's going to be called in this game. Such as special objects on the global map that offer unique transformation options. That's interesting. All right. That feels pretty good. I'm very happy with getting that first upgrade, I don't say out of the way, but done. We will, when we go to actually upgrade the troops, I will actually take a peek and see which one I'm going to want to utilize. All right, and then can I make it over here? I totally can. All right, and then I believe I'm going to get our boy to come over here. I'm going to just grab it from her. I know I don't necessarily have to. This is potentially a waste of just time, energy, and effort, but eh. I'm maybe gonna keep her around the area. The reason being... Oh, I did that wrong. The reason being, I think I'm going to steal some troops to go get them upgraded, but also we can get tier 2 spells, so maybe I send my guy back after we claim the city? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go with experience. I think it's a mistake, but that's what I'm going to go with. Alright. Take a peek of a little bit more stuff. Ooh, alchemical lab. Good, good, good. Allows gems, crystals, and mercury to be converted into alchemical dust. Maybe not the greatest of things that we have to convert our resources to do that, but at the same time, I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it. I think I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I want the city before we break, though. You are mine! You have successfully captured the city. Complete the exploration of the nearby lands and prepare for a longer trip. Ahead of you is your first serious opponent, the enemy hero blocking the way to the next goal. Sweet. Alright, I'm curious. What buildings do we already have in here? No, like 0. Well, I mean, not 0, but very few. Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense. Alright, so I'm going to grab that. We do have a few forces that we can pick up directly from here. And I'm going to do so. I'm also just going to combine these into one now. And from this point forward... The Sundra... Oh, that's useful. Gather up those. Gather the gold. I'm going to lurk here. And then I'm going to claim all of these. I do love that we have the fish. It pleases me greatly. Alright. We're going to put you here. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. I'm going to put you here. Now I'm going to put you there. I'm going to put you there. Actually, I can just keep this. I don't need to switch it over. Alright. That's fine. Am I going to get the griffins upgraded by then? I don't think so. I think it's just going to be these two. Could bring the griffins as well. I'll bring the griffins as well. I don't think I'm going to have them, but you never know. Alright, and I'm going to send her back over this way. And it will be glorious. And we can still build something over here, and we should. I'm going to build the garrison too. And we'll end the turn, and we'll end the episode. Alright, guys and gals, I know I'm taking my time. We could have definitely breezed through this significantly quicker than I already have, but yeah, not too bad. Anyway, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, until the very next episode, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.